G'day, mate. Welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. We're on episode 12½. Being half episode, that means it's a recap episode. It also means it's the end of the week. So, congratulations for making it through another week with, hopefully with me. Hopefully you've been here for every episode. Either way, it's been another week down. Anyway, where we're up to. So, this is my SubX series. Quick recap, this is a series celebrating you, the subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, this is my quick sales pitch as to why you should subscribe, because I'm doing a SpaceX series. So a SpaceX series requires that you not just launch a rocket to finish the game, you need to launch 7 satellites to then launch enough dry dock components into space to then build a spaceship in space to escape the planet. Makes sense so far? What I'm actually doing, in my case, is I actually have this lovely mod hooked into the YouTube API, so it's actually going to be drawing down names of you, the subscribers, for each and every single rocket launch. So this is my that was my sales pitch as to why you should click the subscribe button. Because if you do, you're going to get your very own SubX spaceship launched, and it's going to have your name on it, and I'll ship it directly to you via interstellar travel with its fast and light drive. So that's pretty much the premise of this mod and this playthrough. That, and to really break the game to build the biggest base I ever have. So this week, we've been doing a little bit of plotting around inside the base. Actually, no. Let's first off cover some of the things that we've done this week. So we're actually running Factorio Extended. So if I run a crafting menu, in here you can see I have a whole bunch of extra items. A lot of them look familiar. Basically, Factorio Extended Plus adds 2 extra tiers onto everything else in Factorio. So I have 2 extra tiers of assembly machines, 2 extra tiers of electric furnaces, and labs, same story, and centrifuges. Everything in here has 2 extra tiers, and if we take a substation, and I don't actually have the Mark II substation, but I have a Mark III substation, and we can sort of see that, you know, it's about 4 times as powerful. In the case of assembly machines, a assembly machine 3 has a crafting speed of 1.25, a assembly machine 4 has a crafting speed of 2, and assembly machine 5 has a crafting speed of 3. So bigger and better assembly machines, chemical plants, pumps, pipes, all that sort of stuff. Just adding a couple of extra tiers on there to let you build a slightly bigger base than what you would normally build in normal vanilla Factorio. So that's going to help us get through all these launches, because I've already worked out it's over 100,000 launches I need to complete. In fact, it's 23 launches. 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's 23 rocket launches per SubX spaceship. So it's a couple launches I need to complete for every single spaceship. So we've got a little while to go. Again, if you click the subscribe button, you get added to the end of added to the list. The list is completely random, so you could be the next launch. You could be in the launch in a week's time, a month's time. I have no idea. But yeah, we're slowly making the components we need for each launch. You know, these are fairly expensive. That's 100 portable fusion reactors. They're really expensive. And actually, we just unlocked thrusters, which I need to set up, which are gonna require... Oh no, that's alright. Okay. It was these guys that, for some reason... Oh, rocket fuel and low density structures. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we're slowly making all the components we need. As you can see, like, this one needs 50 speed module 3s, and I need to have put 4 thrusters on every rocket ship. So goodbye 200 speed module 3s, just gone. On top of that, we have, well, the things that we've been doing this week. Things we've been doing this week, Basically module production. We did a lot of tweaking around the base, just improving things here and there, and we should probably start with the base itself. So just close that for a second. So first thing I did is we did have 6 red belts of iron and copper. I basically extended every single smelter I could out to blue belt length, and at the same time started upgrading things throughout the base. So we upgraded our plastic production. We added a whole nother belt onto our plastic production, which... Why are you not maxed out? Oh, because you got red belt now. Well, let's make you blue belt. Maybe not the inserters, but yeah, the belt itself. So we upgraded the belt to, well, we upgraded our plastic to add a third belt. Along with that, we upgraded these to chemical plant Mark 3s. We finally remembered to do uranium fuel cell recycling because there were 3,000 in storage. There's still 2,000 in storage. Actually, can I add productivity modules to that? No. That's unfortunate. Can I add productivity modules to that? Oh, that's a mistake. Well, I should have done that some time ago. So yeah, we I've just realized these could be upgraded. And have more productivity modules in them. Cool. So yeah, we've been going around the base just like upgrading things as we can. We've been improving our chemical plants. Do I have an upgrade planner for you guys? I do now. I've been using upgrade planner an awful lot. Oh, I already had one. Upgrade those, upgrade those, upgrade those. I have been dealing with attacks, and the way we've been dealing with attacks is doubling up the lasers. I'm not using walls. I'm being lazy. I'm not using walls. I could use walls. I'm not using walls. And just upgrading lasers to Mark II lasers. Like I said, we've been upgrading and tweaking the base, just giving it a quick kick in the pants here, there, and everywhere. Just making things run a little bit smoother. So yeah. Upgraded our iron iron and copper to add more belts, added a third belt of plastic, and then went through and upgraded every research to the assembly machine Mark 5, because it meant I could put more productivity in them. They'd run slightly, well, we'd use slightly more materials, but output almost twice the amount of science we were outputting prior to that. Which again just is saving us resources in the long run, which has let us extend the belt out, or the bus out a little bit further, and just squeeze a little bit more out of the base. So we added on basically everything on the end this week. So we added on making batteries to make batteries Mark II, because we need them for 2 things. We need them for one of the Base X components. I don't even remember which one. We also need it for... Oh, we need it for robots. That's right. We need it for the Factorio Extended Construction Robot Mark III and Logistics Robot Mark III. So this is constantly empty. Also helps that doesn't help that I don't have any blue circuits to feed the machines. Same with, we also built this whole assembly to make more personal batteries, because they're used in lasers, along with the Mark II robots, and looks like my battery belt is dead. Also had to upgrade to a whole bunch of Energy Shield Mark 1, or I had to build a whole bunch of Energy Shield Mark 1s to make Energy Shield Mark 2s, and also started making hull components. Wow, that's full. Let's add a few more boxes on this one assembly machine. Also started automating hull components, because I need 10 of these for every SpaceX launch, and there's just a few launches we need to get through. In fact, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that, and let's do that. But yeah, currently the base is like, it's pretty much choked out. It's running at full speed, or at least trying to, and trying its absolute hardest to run at full speed. The other thing we did this week is we extended our make almost everything, our workshop, our warehouse, to make more belts, along with making the last of the robots, because I actually forgot to do those the week before. The other big thing we did is we started making bigger and better productivity modules. So one of the things with Factorio Extended is we have a tiers 4, 5, and 6 for both speed modules and productivity modules. So speed modules cap out at 50% and productivity modules cap out at 10% productivity. If we go over to Factorio Extended, we go from 10% up to 16%, then to 24%, and then finally up to 34%. 24% is basically each time the green bar... can we have one with a green bar that's actually moving? Red science. Red science. Each time the green bar completes, the yellow bar would also complete at roughly 100% productivity. At 134 or 100 and... what is it? 34, 4 times 120 something % productivity. Actually, you can hover over that and it'll tell me 136% productivity. You can see the yellow bar completes faster than what the green bar does, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's actually what's holding up our rocket silo from launching any faster, which is great because I probably don't have the resources to spare to launch any faster than what it's currently launching. But also means we've been able to change a couple of things in the base. So we did have a whole bunch of assemblers. All this area and all of this area was full of assembly machines to make gears. We've been able to swap it out to one machine. One single machine is making our 2 blue belts worth of gears. We're shoving 76 iron in per second, using 2 blue belts moving 45 items per second, which we're then combining into a purple belt moving 75 items per second, which we're then having come out of this gear machine into a purple belt once again, moving 75 gears per second. But it means that because the productivity is so high, we actually put in 76 iron and we get out 90 gears. Normally the ratio is you put in 2 iron and you get out 1 gear. So it's made one hell of a difference. Also means we've been able to save a whole bunch of room and technically remove all these splitters from our bus. There we go. I should have done that earlier. Same goes with green circuits. Green circuits extended their way all the way up to here. This marked the end of the build. And we've been able to swap that out for this. This is producing, if we run max rate calculator over this one, this is bringing in 26 copper and 38 iron to produce 124 copper wire that we only need 115 of, so we're actually overproducing copper wire quite significantly, and also outputs 90 green circuits for the 38 iron in. So this machine and this machine are now outputting 4 blue belts. Well, technically it's 2 blue belts and a green belt because I upgraded one of the belts to green. But it's gone from a giant build full of productivity modules and speed modules and all that sort of stuff to 2 very, very, very tiny builds that are now outputting an outrageous amount of material, which has now filled the whole bus up with green circuits. It's also sort of alleviated our copper and iron problems that we were having previously. And we are still making these lovely modules. The catch is they're expensive. We need 6 of the type 3 modules to make a type 4 module. We need 4 of those to then make a type 5 module, and then we need 5 of those to make a type 6 module. So what's that? 5 20 6 times that, 120 of the tier 3 modules to make one tier 6 module. In saying that, like I said, I didn't look at speed, so speed was 50% for a recap. It goes up to 80%, 80%, 120%, 170% speed. That's really, really fast. We did have, if I just do a quick search in the network, we did have over 4,000 productivity modules. I've been able to craft like 30 productivity module 6s. At the moment, I'm doing the same with our speed modules. We are still cranking out productivity and speed modules at a very, very reasonable rate. But what I actually did is I have this little build here just for the speed modules. And this insert is hooked up to the network. Says, hey, if there's more than 500 on the network, we're going to compress them down into speed 4s, 5s, and 6s. And I have 6 of them here in already, which I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. But I'm definitely going to do something important with them. For right now, I actually want to grab those 6 and give you guys a bit of a live demonstration, because currently blue circuits are the worst thing in this base, and we'll pick one that has maximum speed modules on it. So we're bringing in 4.7 and we're outputting 0.3. If I dump those in there, we're now bringing in 4.7, we're outputting 5.6. So, you know, same amount in, but almost twice the amount out. And obviously, if I applied more speed modules to that, we could definitely have something that moves a lot faster than what we have currently. So, sorry, my voice really doesn't like me today. So yeah, this has been, well, this is probably the next big upgrade we're going to do. And we're going to start looking at our blue circuits. Either that or upgrade these, possibly. I don't know what the next big leap is going to be in our productivity module usage, mainly because these things are so expensive and so rare. They're pretty hard to get hold of. We used them in the rock silo first, and then we started using them in the labs just to stretch out our research, because currently, like, we're doing a 200,000 pack research. We still do have some SpaceX components that we haven't even researched. Probably should do that one. Yeah, we're just going to do them one at a time. They're expensive. So yeah, that's one of the things we've been doing. The other things we've been doing is, like, you know, like I said, giving the basic kick in the pants. So we didn't have any steel in the network at all. So I went and took this patch that we had up here and added just a little bit more steel smelting, which just goes straight in the network. Also decommissioned all the old power poles we had, because I just didn't see any point of them anymore. And I just realized that they haven't been placed because they're still sitting in my inventory. The other big thing we've been working on this week is this. This is our future expansion as far as modules are concerned. So we worked out that these little mining drone depots can output at least 2 belts worth of material. Maybe they can do slightly more, but they can do at least 2 belts. So I worked out that 2 belts into a full blue belt furnace. We're not using productivity or speed modules in the furnaces, not yet. We might do in the future. But if we take, well, 2 belts of a belt of iron, a belt of copper, and run it into a normal productivity module, prod mod 3 and speed module 3 beacon build, we can actually input 44 iron and 44 copper, and we can actually get 61 green circuits out, which conveniently, our green belt, being our tier 4 belt, runs at 60 items per second. So there was a gap between episodes. I did most of this off camera, where I pasted down a whole lot of smelters. Thanks, autosave. Right time, wrong time. Yep. Pasted down a whole lot of smelters to produce a whole lot of green circuits. And then this week we've been ironing out how we're going to actually get this running. So we have this green circuit outputting into a red circuit build, along with a plastic build that we built off, well, down here, off this oil. So we've tapped this oil to put down refineries to make both acid for the blue circuits, along with cracking and plastic for our red circuits. We've put down our very first red circuit build, which we've worked out can support about 2.5 of these blue circuit builds. So we need to work out exactly how many of these we're going to do. And then we have hopefully a template that we can use to copy up and down a few times to get a few lots of blue circuits out, because this is just going to be raw resources in, blue circuits out, and then we need to do the same for a couple of lots of red circuits so we can make more modules. Because if we look at a module production, it is a little bit of blue, little bit of green, mostly red circuits. And then, of course, after we get up to these lovely super expensive ones, these are basically all blue circuits. They're extremely slow to build, but yeah, this is really our big end goal, getting lots of these. One thruster's done. They're already in the machine. The filter inserter's already set. Yep, that's another thruster off. So, that's pretty much it for this weekly recap. Lots of kicking the base, squeezing out a little bit of extra production here, there, and everywhere. Seeing what we can do to nudge things along. Upgrading things where and wherever we can. We see fit that we can get a little bit more production out of the base, along with trying to start stockpiling all our components we're going to need for, like I said, SpaceX, SubX, thousands and thousands of rockets for thousands and thousands of spaceships. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this episode. Thank you guys for watching. As always, do hope you enjoyed. I hope this recap sort of has brought you guys up to date. Next week is going to be an interesting week, adding a whole lot more module production to the base, along with probably maybe continue to expand, and maybe... No, power's not too bad yet. Yeah, probably can maybe continue to expand. I'd really like to square off the whole bottom of the base. But yeah, mostly the biters are dead at this stage. They're not like the Category 11s that heal from lasers, because that was horrible. Anyway, with that said, I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, bye.